It's time for some death metal. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Belgian Jasper. We are going through an advent calendar of albums of the year, and today we are at the fourth category, death metal. Oh my god, what a fantastic year for death metal this was. Like crazy. We saw new bands, we saw legends all releasing really good albums. I could easily make a list of top 10 death metal albums that were all phenomenal, but I am limiting myself to just 3 picks, 2 runners-up, and 1 album of the year. At the end of the day, this is an Advent treat, and Advent treats should be bite-sized. So unfortunately, you know, legends like Cryptopsy and Cannibal Corpse fall just outside of my top 3, but some really cool stuff to highlight. My first runner-up is the phenomenal Rising Stars from Brazil. It is Crypta with Shades of Sorrow. That album came out early August via Napalm Records. A little later in the year, a really cool album came out via Season of Mist. In November, we had Cursed Mortality by Carnation. But much earlier in the year, my favorite death metal album came out, which set a super high bar, and a lot of people really agreed that this was going to be a tough album to beat for album of the year. And after listening to so many albums over and over again, I just have to agree, album of the year for death metal has to be Terrasite by Cattle Decapitation. Congratulations on having the best death metal album of the year.
Thank you. Man. Greatly appreciate it. It's an honor for us. We all work really hard, just as tons of other bands do, but I'm just glad that, you know, something we do and all feel very passionately about resonates with other people, which is pretty much what music is about. So.
Have you had a chance to kind of look back on this album and appreciate that it, out of the whole discography, this one is one of those albums that really resonated?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that like we've put the same amount of, I don't want to say energy, but just like tribulation surrounding records that always happens with bands, everything into, you know, as Terrasite as we'd had with previous albums and stuff like that. It's just, I think our, I don't say necessarily our efficiency with how we work, but just our editing ourselves, you know, each other, and then just internally within, you know, ourselves, is just gotten better. So even though the duration of time it takes to do it's about the same, we just, I think, bring more streamlined things to the table as individuals.
Yeah.
And kind of, you know, we just redirect the stress to somewhere else, but the stress is about the same.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's a. I'm glad that folks have, you know, kind of really latched onto this record, and, you know, kind of, we wanted to make a little more of a, it's funny, like a pared down Death Atlas, but it's actually a longer running time than Death Atlas by a few minutes. So I don't know. I think it's just like, it's a little more focused version, I guess you could say.
At this point, what should we know about 2024?
2024, we have, at least for right now, a couple tours in the works. One is booked and they're on sale right now, and that's in Europe, mainland Europe and UK and Ireland, starting the beginning of March and running the entire month of March. And then we have proved that there's no dates out yet, and we are not allowed to say anything else about it. So in May, we'll be on tour in North America, both, you know, US and Canada.
What should these crazy fans tonight expect from the show?
Well, the last couple times we were here we were support. So I mean, obviously the shorter sets and everything like this. So this is like more of like the, okay, here's a proper long set, or, you know, I mean, headliner quote unquote length set. So there's a few, you know, more Terrasite songs on the set before, but then there's a little sprinkling of stuff the past few records too, so that we haven't. A couple songs that people want to hear, so we were reliably played them. But then there's a few that we haven't played in a while. So
Awesome.
it's bringing some stuff back from Anthropocene and Monolith that just I'm not super deep cuts, but stuff that's like, oh, I haven't heard that in like 4 or 5 years played live. So figure bring it back and try to mix things up again instead of what we usually do, which is like, here, you're going to play almost all the new record except maybe one song, and then just a couple few. This is a lot more evenly distributed throughout the last several records, to get kind of a little more broader range set.
We might not see a new record in 2024, but boy, do we have some good shows to record for a live album.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know exactly like what 2020, as far as like, we would definitely, well, I shouldn't say definitely, very, very unlikely 2024 new record or anything. That's probably a 2025 thing, I would assume.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going to be busy and on the road, and nothing is booked for the latter half of 2024, but I'm sure stuff will end up happening. So
there you go.
We'll be either at work on the road, or at work on the road touring, or at work, preparing for new stuff to come out in 2025, probably.
All right, that was it. I'll see you tomorrow for the next Advent treat. We are making a bit of a U-turn, and we are going into industrial area. You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it, and subscribe to the channel.